Y'all know how I get down. Sean Holmes back with that One Piece therapy. Today we will be discussing Vegapunk's new invention. Word on the street is you have this blind dude. He can control gravity, bring down meteors and shit like that. Word on the street is he's saying his boy, young Vega, got something that could replace Dracule Mihawk. Let me repeat that. Dracule me fucking Hawk. Mihawk is the type of dude who don't take out his blade unless you worthy enough to be defeated by him. And you could replace that? How? How, Fuji? Isho? How you could replace that? You see, I had to go to the chambers today. And I can make my own theory on how and what could replace the dude who's riding around on the sea alone. This nigga don't got fucking friends and crews and shit like that. Just him. This dude walked for miles inside this pit of danger. That's the definition of a fucking warrior. Dracula Mihawk. And you could replace that? I can give my speculation, my theory on what can replace Mihawk. Okay, and if we parallel One Piece to the real world, you have the Marines. The real world got the Marines, right? Then you have the army. The real world, the Revolutionary Army. Parallel that to the real army. Then you have CP0. You can easily parallel CP0 to the CIA based off them being an intelligence agency, right? But what One Piece don't have has yet to be shown is an Air Force. That's why I believe Vegapunk's new mission is Operation Air Force. This old dude been plotting. He been scheming. And I feel like in order to replace the Warlords, you need something not grander, but something on close at least. Because I don't think nothing could replace Mihawk. If we look at in order to try to theorize on what the new invention could be, we have to look at what the old invention was based off. The PX-0 was based off T-800. That's the Terminator. That's the original Terminator. If you look at Kuma and the Terminator, them two look, that's a splitting image. They look exactly alike. Broad dudes, they don't talk much. They about their mission. Kuma just slapping niggas. He about his business. He's a businessman. That's what the original Terminator was based on. Even if you look at the name, T-800, that's the original Terminator name. The Terminator's name was PX-0. So I believe Vegapunk's new invention will have inspiration from the second Terminator, T-1000. T-1000 basically had regenerating body, liquid metal. I feel like that can be a small element into what the new invention can be. I can put everything together into one. Alright? If we look at Vegapunk's blueprints, they were in Frankie's, they were in his home island where Frankie get slapped to pre-time skip. On this blueprint, you had a gorilla plus a devil fruit plus a jetpack. So what I could guess of this blueprint is the new invention will be, because we know that you could feed devil fruits to machines. So I feel like the new invention will be cyborgs, right? But cyborgs with artificial zones, perfected artificial zones, not that Caesar clown shit. Real artificial zones. And I don't feel like it can be different animals, like each different type of animal. I feel like the animals would the pacifistas, the cyborgs can eat is gorilla zones based off the blueprints now. Why gorillas? Why gorillas out of every animal? If we look at it, gorillas or monkeys are the closest animals to humans in intelligence. Even look at the human drills. They're not completely gorillas, but look at how they were capable of learning swordsmanship just like that. So it's safe to assume that if pacifistas were to eat a devil fruit, they would be gorilla devil fruits. On top of that, these new pacifistas will have regenerating bodies. That means you just will not destroy them like how they were embarrassed like pre-time skip. They exploded on contact. Hockey was the weapon to use against them. Now they just can regenerate like almost like Majin Buu, like that. So regenerating body. On top of that, they will have jetpacks inside their body too, like built-in jetpacks, so they could fly. Remember at the beginning of this video, I was saying how the new inspiration would be based off the Air Force. So basically, to put it all together, you basically have cyborg gorillas with regenerating bodies, who could basically learn in battle, because that was the major flaw with the pacifistas. These dudes, they just couldn't grow in battle. They couldn't learn. And basically, if you give a machine an animal devil fruit, I believe that even leaves room open for them to learn hockey and stuff like that. At least animals hockey, because they ain't completely animal. They living beings. So that's what I feel like Vegapunk's new invention will be. And even if we look at his animal, is on his home island, we saw cyborg animals. So this dude obviously have a fascination for making stuff like that. Okay, will they be able to fully replace Mihawk? I don't know. I don't have the answers. I'm not Oda's son or nothing like that. But based on my guess, I would say no. But you have to look at it from a different standpoint, because the warlords, the world government don't benefit from the warlords' power, because the warlords don't really go all out for the world government. It's just more like a symbolic thing, that making the citizens feel safer by knowing they got Mihawk on their side. Because the warlords do not, Mihawk ain't falling. You think if Aki would tell Mihawk go after Kaido or some shit like that, he can obey him? No. You understand? So that's all I needed to discuss. I feel like I get my point across clearly. I hope.